Alright, so I was digging through some of my radios today, and I saw my old Cobra 148F. Here, let me see if I can do that. The old Cobra 148F, I think the camera just flipped over and didn't follow me. Anyways, Cobra 148F on the high-tech kitchen counter. With the power supply I repaired a while back, set at 13.8 volts. Got my astatic test meter there. A little dusty. Oops. Anyways, super high tech here with the bananas in the background. Got some avocados, crock pot. And when the weather cools off at the end of summer, I'll use that. I wanted to show this one. I tuned this one up. It's been a couple years, but I've had some naysayers talk about my wattage and modulation and some other things, so I'm going to make a quick video here of this 148F doing 300% modulation. I should say on the positive peaks because it is asymmetrical modulation, and I'm going to demonstrate that right now. Let's dead key this thing. You can see I've got it set at the first gradient there. And let's go over here. And we've got about a 1 watt dead key. So, at 1 watt, 100% modulation should be about 4 watts. So, let's get this party started. Gonna inject the tone here into the high-tech microphone setup because I don't want to inject it any other way other than through the microphone. And then I'm going to turn up the mic gain and watch the modulation. So let's go over here and let's go to, whoa, I turned that to 4 watts. And look at that. Oh, I got a reflection there. At 4 watts, fucking reflection, excuse my French. At 4 watts, we've got about 100% modulation like it should be. And on there, it's at the first line. See that with the modulation going up there to the first line, 100% modulation? At the first line. And we got 4 watts, just what it should be, 100% modulation. Now let's go to the second line here. And watch those needles move. And all I'm doing is this right here. Let's go to the second line, and at the 200% positive peaks, we're pegged now. So let's go to the 100 watt scale, and we got a hair over 10 watts with 200% modulation on the positive peaks again, not the negative. The negative is going down here. It's asymmetrical, so this doesn't go down as fast as those go up. Those go up faster than they come down in the middle. You can see that right here. All right, so there's 100%. If I can hold it steady here. 100% modulation, 4 watts. Close enough there. At 200% modulation, it's pegged on the modulation meter, but we've got 10 watts. And now let's go to 300% modulation, again without pinching the carrier. There's 300% modulation. And we're doing 20 watts. 20 watts, 300% positive peaks. And I could do a favor to some other people and throw my spectrum analyzer up here, but my kitchen counter is not big enough right now, but if I did, there's no splatter. If I go higher, that'll give you some splatter there. That'll give you some splatter. Crank that up. So it'll go to 25 watts, but it looks like hell. So you don't want to turn your mic gain all the way full blast on this radio. You want to keep it down at a fairly normal amount of modulation so you're not all over the place. Turn off my high-tech equipment here. And we're back at our carrier. We're back at our 1 watt carrier. No modulation. Anyways, hopefully that makes sense to some people. 1 to 4 magic ratio there for 100%. You saw it on the scope, you see it on the meter. Nothing trick here. No audio injection other than a cell phone. And who knows how pure of a sine wave that is, but it was pure enough that it looks like one on the scope, right? Man, what a mess. this here. Looks like one on the scope. Good enough. Anyways, there it is. 300% modulation. Audio. Turn my tone off here. Audio, breaker. And that's why the needles jump around on my radios. Breaker, audio. See you later.